Ever wondered what truly makes us happy? Is it something we can buy or achieve, or is it something more intangible? Is it piles of money? The kind of wealth that lets you buy anything you want? Or maybe a glamorous life of fame? Being recognized wherever you go and living in the spotlight? Well, a bunch of brainy folks at Harvard decided to find out. They wanted to dig deep into what really makes life fulfilling. They launched this thing called the Harvard Study of Adult Development. It's one of the longest studies of adult life ever conducted. It's been running for like 75 years, which is crazy long for a study. Imagine tracking people's lives for that long. They followed hundreds of people from all walks of life, rich dudes, poor guys, even a future president. The diversity was key to understanding happiness. What did they learn after all those years? What was the secret ingredient to a happy life? Get ready for a shocker. It's not what most people think. Turns out the key to a happy, healthy life isn't all the fancy stuff. It's not about wealth or fame. It's something way simpler. Good relationships, the kind of connections that bring joy and support. Yeah, you heard that right. It's the people in our lives that matter the most. Your grandma was right all along. Those family gatherings and friendships are more valuable than you think. This isn't just some touchy-feely stuff either. This is hard science. The data backs it up. The study found that people with strong social connections live longer, healthier lives. They thrive in ways that isolated individuals do not. They're less likely to get sick and their brains stay sharper for longer. It's like a natural health booster. Who knew that hanging out with your buddies could be so good for you? So cherish those relationships and make time for the people who matter. Think about all those millennials obsessed with becoming rich and famous. Bless their hearts. They're working their butts off for things that won't actually make them happy in the long run. The Harvard study found that wealth and fame don't guarantee happiness. In fact, they can sometimes lead to loneliness and isolation. Imagine that, being surrounded by a mansion full of stuff, but having no one to share it with. Sounds pretty depressing, right? This is where those good relationships come in. Having close friends and family to laugh with, cry with, and just do life with is what really matters. Here's a scary thought. Loneliness can actually be bad for your health. The Harvard study found that people who are chronically lonely are more likely to experience health problems like heart disease, dementia, and even premature death. It's like a slow poison that eats away at your well-being. So how do we combat this loneliness epidemic? It's simpler than you think. Reach out and connect. Call a friend, have lunch with a family member, join a club, volunteer. Just get out there and interact with other human beings. Your body and mind will thank you. Section 4. Quality over quantity. Choose your squad wisely. Now, before you go thinking that just having any old relationship will do, let's be clear. Quality matters more than quantity. It's not about how many people you know, but how well you know them and how well they know you. Having a ton of superficial relationships won't cut it. These connections might be fun for a while, but they often lack the depth needed for true support and understanding. You need those deep, meaningful connections where you feel truly seen and understood. These are the relationships that will stand the test of time and life's challenges. And this goes for romantic relationships too. It's crucial to have a partner who genuinely cares for you and supports your growth. The study found that being in a high-conflict marriage is actually worse for your health than being single or divorced. Constant stress and arguments can take a serious toll on your well-being. So, if you're constantly fighting with your partner, it might be time to rethink things. It's important to evaluate whether the relationship is truly beneficial for both of you. Remember, life's too short to be miserable with the wrong person. Surround yourself with people who bring out the best in you and make your life richer and more fulfilling. Section 5. Secure attachments, the gift that keeps on giving. Ever notice how some people just seem to breeze through life's challenges, almost as if they have an invisible shield protecting them, while others fall apart at the slightest bump in the road, struggling to keep it together? The Harvard study found that a big part of this resilience comes from having secure attachments in our lives. These connections act as a safety net. Secure attachments are those special bonds we form with people who make us feel safe, loved, and supported. They are the foundation of our emotional well-being. They're the people we know we can always count on no matter what. And the best part? These bonds are not just limited to family. These early attachments can have a ripple effect throughout our lives, shaping our future relationships and even our sense of self-worth, influencing our relationships and our overall well-being. They help us navigate the complexities of life with more confidence and grace. So, what's the takeaway from all of this? It's a reminder of the importance of human connection. It's pretty simple. Prioritize your relationships. Make them a central part of your life. Nurture them, cherish them, and invest time and energy into them, and make time for them. Because in the end, these relationships are what truly enrich our lives. In the grand scheme of things, they're the most valuable investment you'll ever make. They are the true measure of a fulfilling life. And who knows, you might even live longer and happier because of it. So, go ahead, reach out and strengthen those bonds today.